Why is Peak acting like it's updating or something? All right, so okay, so I got two. I got the diary and the other book to look at. Oh yeah, what did we decide about Saturday? What did we say we were doing? I know you were just talking about it. Yeah, day 109. The problem with this, actually, by the way, Super Gamer, are you still there? You haven't said anything in a while, or did he actually say he left? Oh, I remember now. That's a lot of coins. Okay. I guess he left. Did he say he left? Maybe everyone else left. It's always a dangerous thing when I switch games. Let's do that. Unlock the laundry room. Get some dyes. Stupid. Just take the dead end. Okay, we'll get that. Okay, we need a library. Let's get the library today. Don't have the key card. Okay. For some reason, I didn't call it in the break room. Okay, I don't know what happened. Okay, we got this. There's the key card. I guess nobody saw Super Gamer say he left. Usually he does. Wait. Yeah. Great direction pointing. See if I can get that last letter in the mail room or whatever. Let's see. Okay, there's that middle one. Hold on. I do have the sledgehammer. Should I do open a lock trunk? Or should I be drafting a shop room? It's a limited amount in either way. This has a little more volatility. It could be more, could be less. This is probably all I need. Let's see what happens. Let's do that. It's not likely I'll draft 4 more shops. I already have the regular one. Okay. Cool. So I have that. Oof. That's no good. I guess I'll just draft this by default to keep from doing crap like this. There's a boiler room. Okay, let's not go in there yet. They're not. Well. Yeah, red rooms are generally bad. Yeah. You're right, Moss. And that's why Matthew loves them. Oh, we got 2 different tracks playing at once. Both at the passageway and the boiler room. The only main benefit from red rooms is that some of them have lots of doorways. Yeah, if you have the steps to draft it, you know, you always talk about having it, then drafting a bunch of red rooms, and then coming back and hitting. Like with me, I start the day, and I draft the parlor, and I pick up some gems, and I'm never poor. Like if you're late in the day, gems are actually less useful. If you've already drafted a whole bunch of rooms, it's a higher volatility play. Yeah, there could be a payoff at the end of the day if you've already drafted out many of your rooms and you've walked across the whole thing to then go back to your funeral parlor. But this is like, how are you going to have those steps if you've drafted a bunch of red rooms like the gymnasium and the weight room? Like, I mean, I'm not saying it never works out. Obviously it does, but like, it also obviously doesn't. Like, everything's a trade-off. You are playing with fire. Again, it's fine. It's just, you know, to act like everyone should play that way, it's no. I just saw that. I guess I could do this. Let's do that. Gem, compass, key, Oh, I always forget about this. What a weird item. Okay, no dice, no dice. Okay, but you've drafted red runes. Like, there are many, many days where I don't feel like dealing with that bullshit. Wow, we just can't go. We can't go up in here. Okay. Should I just do that and get it over with? Not doing that. Or should I do that? Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, Super Gamer said it'd be good for a hangout. The problem is I don't think it is. I think the game itself is a good background for it, and I've said it before. But I think the other problem with it is that some people still don't want to be spoiled. Like, a go-to does not want to be spoiled. Right? So, we might end up with fewer people. Take the bedroom. Give me some dice. Okay, you got one. I want a tomb. And I only have one die to roll. Ah, fuck. Hold on. I'm gonna waste the steps. I don't care. Completely forgot. I was like, don't forget to do this, and I forgot to do it. Here we go. A letter has been delivered to the mailroom. Also, I think the other thing is, I think that I mean, this game has so many puzzles that you can, once you learn the answer to, they don't change. They're not like RNG or anything. So, as long as a single run through the game is, there's also an interesting problem of multiple runs through the game. There's the challenge mode, or there's challenge modes. There's, the whole reach room 46 on day one. Doing like a red room emphasis on a later time, like the first time, your first run of the game, which is going to be fucking long. I'm still on my first run. I'm, hundreds of hours in or whatever. And I'm still on my first run. Any subsequent run would go a lot faster because I know where I need to go. I don't need to read all the documentation to figure that out. I can just do it. It's those runs that I think typically would be more amenable to doing those kind of riskier plays for your upgrades. I mean, you could do it on your first run if you want, and if it works for you, great. But like, dude. But I think that those higher volatility plays are probably best enjoyed on later runs when you know more what you're doing. And then, yeah, maybe in that context, there's something there. It would pay off more, right? With that greater knowledge, when you're more efficient in getting where you want to go, that could even be enjoyable, preferable. You say, oh, I got this cool thing instead of just the regular upgrade that was safer. But your first time through, it's just, I don't know. I don't think that's not for me. That's not for most people, and that's okay. And doing those other things when you're like, hey, this sounds like a fun thing to try for the You know, for the thrill of the risk and all. Yeah, do it then. That's when I would do it. If I were to ever do it. I may not. I don't know. Running shoes are always good. In that situation, definitely want to just come over here and pull the lever anyway. Whether I'm going to actually use this open door or not saves a lot of steps. How much does that curve? I don't know. I think I need 2 more Sanctum keys, one at a station and... Yeah. I don't know. Something about a station and... Oh, wait. Did I open the wrong door? So I need her ladyship's chamber, and I need... the library. No, it's these 2. Yeah, I did do it right. So I'm doing it right to left, so. Okay. I can do, That's how we do it. Hold on. Let's try to face this straight up. Not turning. Yeah, I can't imagine walking these long distances. Oh, wow. It almost turns completely around. I didn't realize that. Like, I'm still facing, like, exiting. It's, like, facing that way. Huh. Okay. Okay. Okay, so... Here's the library. Let's take it. Okay. Oh, this too. All right, here we go again. Now I have the magnifying glass. This is, I think, having this book with the magnifying glass, it sounds, based on the hype, this is like one of the most important things to do in the game. Okay. All he needed was to find a new clue. If you found a new clue, he'd know what to do. If he knew what to do, he'd likely tell you, for you are looking for a new clue too. Okay. So... trying to like move it aside and see... like I'll look at a thing and then move it aside and see if there's like... something that wasn't there. See, like these scribblings, they're not coming out to anything. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on this page. I thought maybe there'd be something on every page. He retraced sketches and studied the files, reviewed all his cases, and gone through the piles of the evidence present and precedents evident. I like that. And retraced his steps as it stretched on for miles. Of the evidence present and precedents evident. I like it. Okay, what is this? Dead cases. Lavatory, closet, attic, furnace, solarium. I mean, okay, dead cases. Corner cases, parlor, patio, nook, office. They're checked off. What is that telling me? Suspect list? We got 4 people underage on the suspect list? I don't know what any of this means. He had looked high and low in all of the rooms. He had searched every corner in each of the tombs. In this particular case, he had checked every space. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Okay, so... notice this keep left. That's too obtuse. I don't know what that means. What does any of this mean? He looked under beds and in nooks. He questioned the maids. He questioned the cooks. It was already over when he spoke to the chauffeur, who told him new clues were found only in books. How does chauffeur rhyme with nooks, cooks, and books? Still not getting anything out of this. So tome after tome that the library loaned, and the books that he had already... the books that he had that he already owned were searched from their covers all the way through. If you found a new clue, you know what to do. Okay, so there's like times on these clocks. Which maybe I already figured that one out. I don't know. Tender cipher, lunary named Uncle Aw, draft the sixes. What does that mean? I don't know what any of it means. There's a new clue. No, I have no fucking clue what to do. Here's some homophones. He changed all the letters in the lines that he found. He checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting and found that the diction of each word was sound. See, again, like, why are we doing 3 and then just on didn't? Oh, look, draft the 6s, shifted extras. The fixed what? You're left with RATSS. The fixed stars. I don't know what that is either. Okay, that's the fixed stars. What does that mean? Dead end, word name, whatever. He stayed up all night and studied the maps. He laid out the floor plan, measured the gaps. And if his directory was considered a trajectory, it was nothing short of a full mental lapse. So many details. It's just they reveal nothing to me. Man obsessed. Through the best message is not yet. Each? I mean, you can rearrange letters all kinds of ways, but each? That is a little suspicious, but I don't know what that could mean. And having read this book so many times, having scoured over each of its cryptic lines, if you saw Major. Oh. Is that different? May is small. And Jor is written over here somewhere. Name. Small name? So like major actually means small name? Okay, here we go. This is what it is. Assume page count starts on title pages. Okay, this is the big clue right here. Seen all the signs. Where's their presence? Finally found it could really be true if it's a new clue. You know what to do. Oh man, okay. There's a lot here. What? Okay. Because there was a thing, right? Because it was like, oh, yeah, I was talking about no dead cases, not dead ends. It says it starts on title page, though. I don't know. What is it? I know odd numbers are always on the right. To be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is the text always on an even number, or are we saying a double page counts as one, like games typically do? What's funny is I lost my suspect list. Where's my suspect list? Over here. So I have a suspect list, and then it was like the suspect is, what was it? Is minor, is not major, meaning not a small name, and is not minor. And I don't even know what to do with the suspect. Yeah? You just said it on the internet. Okay, so what is this? What does this mean? A right there. That this is the page. Okay. I like Joe Biden here. What are we doing? What page is this one? So this is page 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is very obtuse. I don't understand. But I have to get it now. Like, I have the magnifying glass and the new clue book. I'm also noticing a white king chess piece, which is interesting. Dead end to major key C. What does that mean? Here's dead end. See, that's dead cases. And then corner cases, yeah, those are rooms that all, the room turns to the side. I don't know what the check marks mean. Graciously gifted by. Oh, because I bought it. Okay, I see. Oh no, it's page 6. There's a million things it could be. I mean, another thought I had was, is each of these pictures referencing one of the rooms in the directory? And then that determines a color, and then that color reflects back and shows which rule you're using. I don't think so, because C to A, Z to X would be the same relative movement as would A to X and B to Y. The suspect is a key. Got to figure out who the suspect is as well. She's back here somewhere. But it's hard to go out on a limb with like some weird rule, like shuffling the letters around these, and then maybe you'll get something. I mean, the way Inscription did it was you just put it in the computer and it tells you what to get out of it. And this just looks like there's a secret in this text over here, but I don't know how to do it. It's very obtuse. Like, how do you get corners point down to the color? It's just indexing the word, not the line. Why are we on the third line? This is the last page. I mean, at the end of this, seen all the signs? It's too much information. See, draft the sixes, the fixed stars. So those, you have to do some work. Okay, so I'll just do one random from the internet. See that top one, Tender Cipher. Let's see. It has billions. Tender Cipher, cheer printed. Apparently. Let's do the simpler one. Uncle Aw. A new clue. There we go. Oh, is it saying like there are actually 4 books where you need to do this with? That's what it is. That's what it is. Because when you rearrange the letters of draft the sixes, you get the fixed stars, which is a book in the observatory. Okay. Hmm. You're saying it's over here? Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to find that. One, three. Okay. I guess you just find that. Yeah, no one's finding that. Except for Fantasy Dreamer, who found everything. Nobody else has the patience to do this over literally fucking everything. Okay. When the numbered words are put in order, it just tells me what it is. I mean, I know how to do the work, I guess, if I were to. Yeah, because rooms has 2 numbers, but it's just you put it in the thing twice. I need to go through this exercise. I know how to do it. It says that's not what it says. It says all checked corner case rooms had a low case clue found in the rooms. All checked corner case rooms had a low case clue found in the rooms. Okay. Right, I got that part. The rooms marked with a green check mark. Yep, those where I noticed that. So all rooms with that. Yep, I said, what does that mean? I'll have a note in them with lowercase words. Cool. Well, I'm in here now, so I can't go back and look at what those mean, so I would with yeah, I can't do this because it's too much RNG and I'm moving on with my life. But okay. If you go after this clue and you write those down, then you go back and draft each of those rooms again, or just go back in them, right? Like we can go back in. I have a Nook right now. I could go back in the Nook right now and look for the note and look for the single word in lowercase. And if I did that with the 4 rooms, instead of waiting to draft all 4 of those rooms to get again to put all this together, since I know how to do it, let's just see what it says. Sorry, not sorry. I'm skipping some steps here because this is too in depth for how deep into the game I am to just start over the game. The lowercase words together read buried beside West Bridge. Okay. Now, West Bridge. I have Westgate Path. That's not the same thing. So is it? Okay, okay. I don't know what it means. Maybe I can try a couple things with that. I don't have to look up what that is. If that's the thing I need to get out of this, we'll just carry that with it. Okay. There's that one. There's other clues here too. Okay. Key suspect. Started looking at this. Oh, yeah, we should point out that the red handwritten one, which we found out in the clock tower was true, I guess that's also true. And that's false. Okay. So, yeah, that's on a red card, but it's handwritten as opposed to that font. Okay. And major, I figured out from that, you split that up. Therefore, you translate it from their language, which you had to learn in the classroom. So I've already done a lot of work. That actually, the word, instead of major in our language, it actually translates to small name. We only know name because of that right there. Okay. Small name, and because it's handwritten, it's true. So a minor with a small name. So Bo Lee, probably. So then let's say Bo Lee with the small name. Is that an anagram for something? El Bull? No, El Bio? I don't know. Bilo? The suspect is a dot key. That looks like the network. I think I was looking for. Okay. Let's. I think there was actually also something noted about it being not long enough of a name. So yeah, let's say that. The suspect is Bo Lee. I don't know what that means either, but if that's the thing I need to extract from the book, then I can set the book down. Okay, there are 3 things. Those are 2. Unfortunately, I don't actually know quite what those are. I'm happy with the way this is going. Like, this is hard. I'm doing some of the work, not doing all the work. I'm also not looking up the final consequence of the thing. In this case, I haven't actually even confirmed that the suspect is Bo Lee. See, I'm trying to play, like, figure some things out, but I'm also not going to make myself work out every single detail anymore. By the way, I had a discussion. You notice I got a haircut today. I had a discussion with my barber about games, and I was talking a little about trying to describe blueprints to him, and he was trying to describe a game that he couldn't remember the name of it, but it was something about a card game, but also like modifying it and playing some guy that would mess with your deck or something. And I mentioned to him that some of you guys were trying to get me to play Inscription. He was like, "Oh, maybe that's it." And then we looked it up. He said, "Yeah, that's it." So the guy who cuts my hair is trying to get me, or not trying to get me to play, but he recommends Inscription. There you go. So another endorsement of that game for what it's worth. I think someone in the chat wasn't Spiper. Somebody said they had like 700 hours into that game or something. Said that recently, right? Okay, assigning the titles. This puzzle is particularly complex with many pieces and is essentially 2 puzzles that combine into one solution. Okay, so the book is 4 puzzles. That's why, yeah, once you separate these things, because when this isn't separated, see, because the guide does give you a little separation here. Thinking, how does this tie into everything? It doesn't. It's a different puzzle. Okay, it's this thing, and it has also the anagram. I think, because I know. Okay, so I think I figured out a little bit. This is telling us 4. I can't count. 4 books have this property. One of them is Uncle Aw, which is a new clue. It shows draft the 6s, which actually rearranges to the fixed stars, which is another book that actually has this same kind of prose here going on. There might be 2 other books, and I need to figure out what those are, but I don't know all the names of the books in the game. And I'm not gonna. I mean, I briefly put it into an anagram finder, and they just blow up to ridiculous numbers of possibilities. So, yeah, what did I say that was? Something reprint. Um, Okay, hint one. Near the end of the book, it says, "Have you seen all the signs?" Throughout the book, you may have noticed multiple signs appear in the drawings. No, I don't know what you're talking. I mean, I saw this one. Saw this one. Maybe a depart. A keep left. 2 Tanner Fork. That turn right one there. Dead end. I don't know if that counts as a sign. Each? I mean, it's a sign. There's a stop sign. I guess there's one on every page. There's that one right there. It says on the way. That's it. Okay. If you write down what the signs say in order, okay, let's do that. What does it say? Route 8. Yeah. Depart, keep left to Tanner Fork. Right, dead end, record? Each stop on the way. Okay. Route or route. Route 8, depart, keep left to Tanner Fork. Right turn, dead end, record each stop on the way. And then it notes, additionally, if you have access to the recorded security tapes from 1987, see security puzzle. I remember seeing that one TV. Okay. This is too much. Route 8 may remind you of a Platform 8, and the image from the security video should also remind you. I mean, the game's too big. Of the same image, the train metro map on the Platform 8 train station found in the safe house. Dude, I don't even remember the safe house. I remember the shelter. Okay, there's that too, apparently. Okay. So Tender Cipher is the Red Prince. Lunar Rename is Realm and Rune. Okay, I remember those books now. Okay, so then there's some formula to determine how to get the words from it. So apparently, to figure this out, you need this? No. That. How do yeah, I noticed that. Dead end, 2 major key. How does that point to C? Why? Dude, what? The game is too big for puzzles like this. What is going on, dude? I don't know. I can't even. I normally I even want to just walk through the thing. This is insane. It's just too much. I understand it wanted to get some information from the 4 different books, but then like it won't even just tell you which ones. It was like, I mean, I guess this is the Violet book, but then page B, like just say the number. Like what is this? Like why is it just pulling teeth to get just the most basic number out of it? Like if you need page 6, it's not going to even say page 6. You have to unscramble the letters to figure out the name of the book. I mean, yeah, you can reference it, I guess, if you're willing to go back and look at your list of books that you've randomly drafted in the book in throughout the course of the game. But then I'm trying to comprehend how anyone could think this is reasonable. What is this, dude? And then there was some magical. So it's like it's not going to tell you the book. It's not going to tell you. It only tells you the letters for the book. And then when you need this to look up which book goes where, you have to match the colors of the book. Yeah, so you have to say red. You have to say well, the red book is the unscrambled. Tender Cipher. So red is the Red Prince. Then you have to figure out what the fuck A is and X is. and then you have to go draft that room, look up that page, and then get that word. If you made any mistakes, you wrote down the wrong word, and you're going to have to play RNG to get that word again. And you got to do this 4 times for each of the 4 words to finally get your instruction. It's too much, dude. Like, it's the age of the internet. I'm going to look up what I'm supposed to do, and I'm just going to get it. I'm sorry, but that's too much work. That's not, look. Are you still there, Moss? We'll see. See if he's there. Because I want my natural inclination is to defend the complexity of the original marble puzzle in Riven. Right? Because what did the new version do? It gave you a checkpoint along the way to confirm you're assembling it correctly. Right? So Cyan looked back. Then they kind of regretted not having any confirmation along the way that you're doing it right. So you had to assemble, you had to kind of take this leap of faith as you were assembling all the complexities, putting them all together to get the answer to that puzzle, and then you just had to hope at the end you got it right. And if you got it wrong, you don't know if you're this far away or this far away. You just know that you're wrong. So they redesigned that puzzle to at least confirm bits and pieces. And I want to defend the original version that did make you kind of make that leap of faith to the end. So this is hurting me here because this is too much. This is too much. Because now I do want confirmation along the way. It's too much. Yeah. Okay. I'll just write down the final instruction. Which is turn, scorched, sundial, base. Now, if you got that the natural way, reading through a new clue and deciphering it the intended way, and going through all the rooms to pick up those words again, more power to you. Congratulations. I'm not doing that. I didn't do that, and I don't care to do that. You are allowed to do that. And you're allowed to enjoy doing that. But I'm not doing it. Moss, where are you? I mentioned Riven, and you weren't here for that. All right, so I think I got... Yep. Okay. So you missed that? Yeah, I'm ready to set it down and move on. I made my whole rant, and you missed it. It's okay. You're allowed to miss it. Okay. You said the short version. You're correct. Yeah, that's where I am too. I already have a boiler room. Oh, yeah. I remember what I was going to do with that. Okay. HQ from YouTube. I could decipher that one. That was a lot. That was a lot. I skipped a lot. I skipped half of it, or more than half of it. Reading that wiki was ridiculous. I skipped a lot. And you guys, that you're exactly emphasizing my point. You are proving my point. The puzzle is too big. Because I sat here for a long time and it was just like, oh, it's ridiculous. I don't feel like solving it. That's too much. I skipped a lot. And you're still saying I spent a lot of time on it. The game wanted me to do a lot more than I did. That's crazy, yo. Oh my God. Okay. What was I going to do? I need... Yeah. And by the way, I'm not done with paper because I also have the diary key. And if I can draft these, I can possibly... Do I want to use my silver key? Nah. What? These are bad choices. No, this is fine. Oh yeah, it's a bedroom. Heh. Yeah, let's draft it this way. You gotta go that way. Oof. Guess we'll go here. So just how delicious are apples today if I did it twice? Wait, why is the star count at 41? Did I spend even more stars? I thought it was at 42 coming in here. See, here's the fixed stars, and then you gotta, like, figure out... Which color book is this? I don't even fucking know, dude. Man. Let me base. There. That's part of a new clue right there. Ah, it's too much. It's hilarious. Yeah, this is costing me. I mean, it shouldn't be costing me. least I got my gems back. Alright, so... I need her ladyship's chamber here. Let's do this. Then draft a bedroom. There it is. All right. Think I got enough steps? So, here's the next one. I opened the diary, and I haven't seen this either. And I got a magnifying glass. Hold on, ad's gonna play. I'll be back in 3 minutes. I can't stop the ad now. Hold on. Okay. Dear Diary, after countless sleepless nights and failed home remedies, my physician has urged me to document my sleeping routines in various bedrooms of our estate, which I'm still not allowed to sleep in the house, even though it's mine now. It is his hope that by tracking the caliber and length of my sleep in each room, together we may come to a deeper understanding of my condition and perhaps with luck find a more favorable environment with which I might finally find some amount of rest. Also, if you rearrange half the letters in the fifth line, you will get a clue regarding another set of 3 books that you need to do a similar process with the XYZ rearranging of the numbers and letters. If you make the logical leap that you would cycle it around modular 8, and then you would get a new message saying that you should find the pixel out in Bumblefuck, out in the estate somewhere that we're not going to entirely specify unless you get enough letters in the mailroom. This is ridiculous. Okay. I mean, I can't even just like enjoy this. I have to wonder if there's another little bullshit somewhere. So I am going to enjoy it because I'm not going to worry about that anymore. Oh, okay. Dear Diary, to begin, I thought it best to start with my own room, despite already knowing how unsuitable it has been for my sleep of late. Perhaps it is all the old memories that linger here, as it is impossible not to think of home among so many mementos of my youth. Nonetheless, I find comfort in gazing at the stars before dozing off, and it pains me to consider that if this trial is successful, it may be one of the final occasions that I sleep here. My room. Sleep duration, 2.5 hours. Quality, peaceful despite brevity. Observable effects. I awoke the following morning with 10 less steps, but also observed an additional star in the sky. Oh, that's interesting. So if I call it a day right here, I get 10 less steps, but I gain a star? Okay, weird. I guess I'll see what this is about. Dear Diary. Last night, I retired to the guest room as I have yet to gain the courage to ask anyone to surrender their room to me even for a night. This bedroom is a cozy space, normally reserved for guests staying the weekend. However, I found despite having to even guests get a bedroom, I still have to sleep outside in the tents. Anyway, despite having a choice between 2 beds that neither proved to be very comfortable, I must speak with Herbert about this, as our guests deserve at the very least as much comfort in their stay as we have. Okay, sleep duration 4 hours, quality very fragmented, observable effect, nothing special. Okay, I was gonna say this is now the guest's bedroom. Okay, my dear Diary, it was strange to sleep in the childhood room of my late husband. The room was just as I had imagined it from the stories he told me of growing up with an elder brother. Herbert informed me that the room has remained untouched, almost identical to when they both occupied it. To avoid any accidents, I slept in the bottom bunk, as climbing ladders is not as easy as it used to be. Despite my exhaustion, my thoughts of Simon kept me up through most of the night. Sleep duration twice the usual, quality 2 times as restless. Observable effects. The next morning, I went to the family tomb to visit his grave and was surprised to find a flower already laid. Okay. Is this important or is this not important? If you call it a day in the bunk room, then you have to draft a tomb and you get a flower? Is this like a new type of super special story progress related flower? Or is it a gem flower where you get 1 gem in the tomb? Who knows? but it's still not something I'm totally motivated for activating right now. Okay, I could not bring myself to ask Hartley directly if I could borrow his room for my sleep study. The mere thought of it was mortifying. Instead, I decided to roll the die, as he often puts it, and wait for his night off to sneak into his room to nap. The experience of sleeping in a servant's room was thrilling, but the fear of getting caught was overwhelming. Every little noise startled me, and I couldn't manage to sleep for more than a few moments, fearing Hartley would return at any time. Sleep duration, perhaps 1 hour. Quality, terrible. Effects, about half the steps the following day. I also discovered a stray die had found its way into my pocket, which was hardly shocking given Hartley's history. Okay, it's an effect, so I'll capture it, but that's clearly to be avoided as well. My dear diary, I have to confess that I was initially hesitant to spend the night in the Baron's room. It's extravagantly showy, with every surface adorned with gold and every piece of furniture so large it seems almost comical. But as I lay down on the enormous bed, I was surprised to find that I felt entirely at ease. Even the absurdly oversized pillows were somehow comfortable, propping me up just right so that I didn't feel any strain on my neck or back. I'm guessing we're gonna end up in the boudoir because that seemed to always be kind of connected to her ladyship's chamber. Anyway, even the absurdly oversized pillows were somehow comfortable, propping me up just right so that I didn't feel any strain on my neck or back. I slept more soundly than I have in weeks, and I woke up feeling genuinely rested for the first time in what feels like forever. Okay, sleep duration 8 whole hours. Quality, the best in many months. Observable effects. I awoke feeling very refreshed with more energy and more steps than normal. Okay. No specific numbers anymore, but at least it's good. As fate would have it, just as I had begun to make progress in my quest of slumber, a most joyous event has interrupted my progress. My beloved daughter has given birth to a son. Me! It's me! And has requested my presence in town to assist her during this exciting and demanding time. Moss, I was talking to you earlier and you weren't here. For now, I shall take my leave of the bedrooms of Mount Holly, but I am certain, dear diary, that one day I shall return. Lady Claire. The fuck? Is that the bridge over to the outer room? Why should I have to repeat it all, dude? A new clue book that I spent like an hour dissecting has puzzles that are just unreasonably complicated and not feedback loops feedback or just feedback along the way that kind of tells you that what you're doing is sort of right. Okay. I called you out. I said, Moss, are you there? I got radio silence. Okay. You can keep yapping. Okay. Well, I compared it to Riven. And how this was kind of cramping my style with my defense of Riven. I guess. I mean, yeah. I still think that a lot of that's apples and oranges, though. I don't know. I generally just don't believe in linear comparisons. Oh, look. makes sense. All right. Oh, let's get a laundry. Okay. Hmm. Spiper, you did come back. It's been an interesting day. Oh shit. I forgot this was an energy source too, but so is the boiler room, so we'll take care of that there. Hmm. I mean, that would open things up. What do I want to do? I got a new clue. Oh, I could use a pool. That'd be good. I have plenty of steps right now. I do not have exactly 2 shops. It looks like I have 2 shops, but the aquarium is a shop, which is silly. I might have all of the vault keys. I'm not sure. Let's just do the classroom and then see. Oh yeah, let's see. How many steps is this? 8. Yeah, which is crazy. It's double plus delicious today. The pool. That was what I was going for. Yeah. Let's get a pool in here. Okay. Use a couple keys. Can't go that way. Can't go that way either, actually, because the rotunda is facing the wrong way at the moment. But I got plenty of steps right now. You want to buy some food? don't have a trophy room. You get this disgusting club sandwich. Ah, it always rotates the wrong way. It shouldn't be a button. It should be a handle that you can pull and turn it either way. I think, Spiper, you would have appreciated my little, not rant, but my little take on a new clue. So I compared it to Riven and how I like complex puzzle. I liked the original Marvel puzzle. It didn't have feedback, but a new clue takes that just so ridiculously more complicated that I'm starting to, I started to defend, like, oh, you should have, like, you know, checkpoints along the way that confirm to the player that they're doing it right. A new clue is the book in the library that it's hard to get, and then you need the magnifying glass to find clues on it to unlock more things. But the reward is not immediate. It's these other crazy complex puzzles that I figured out bits and pieces of, but I looked at a guide and there are 3 separate puzzles on it. That much is already not clear in the book. That the clues that you zoom in on, which you have to happen to get the magnifying glass on the day that you had previously determined you were going to get the new clue, because you have to set that up because you have to check out the book from the library on a previous day. So you have this coincidence when they come together, and then within that, you have all these clues in the book that you can only see when you look at the book with that magnifying glass. But it's not clear that it's 3 puzzles. It's just kind of these very vague sort of references to clues and things you have to put together. And I got bits and pieces of it, but since it was so hard for me to unlock that book, and I can't even take screenshots anymore, which I guess I could, but it's not like I can take a clean screenshot of the page because I need the magnifying glass too, right? So I don't want to leave the room to confirm any of the information elsewhere, which a lot of that is other drafted rooms that I may not get in my blueprint on this day anyway. So I want to stay in this room that I've earned because I got a step counter. I don't want to waste steps wandering around with RNG, whatever. So I'm going to stay in the room and try to extract as much information out of here as possible. And I don't want to leave until I confirm I have that information. That's where the game puts me. But instead, it's like, oh, it's giving me this sort of half thing where I need to go confirm some other parts somewhere else. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to confirm it on the guide because, you know, it was so hard to get here. Instead of just giving me the reward, you know, I'm not going to leave until I get the reward because it took too long to get here. Instead of just getting other clues and being like going out on a limb to put more things together and whatever, right? But that's what the original Riven puzzle was about, the Marvel puzzle, where you had to kind of go out on a limb as you put things together, and you only got any confirmation from the game you were doing it right only when you got everything right at the end. And I like that, but this is too much of that. When the puzzle's too long, and I have these checkpoints that I can't even confirm I did right. Yeah. I already ranted about this, but yeah. I'm not picking the laundry room. I do need the laundry room, but this is not the place for it. Get a break room. Sure, we'll do a break room. Oh. Also, blue, I forgot this. There's like hard to find memos here. Because I'm on the 8th rank and I confirmed that. Okay, let's get this. 14. Yep. Okay, 14 plus 10 is 24. Flip it around. This is 42 minus 20 is 22 divided by 11. Okay, 8 plus 7 is 15. Plus 10 is 20. Wait, 8. Eight plus 7 is 15. Oh yeah, this is further out. Okay, so there is an order. I was reading this one as here. I was like, how can you? How's that even a valid operation to put three things? Okay, 8 plus 7 is 15. Flip it is 51. Plus 10 is 61. There we go. Yeah. Oh. Apparently, I need to scour the room for. See if I can find a blue memo. Oh, there it is. The bullseye operation can trigger multiple times. I already knew that. Oh, in the rotunda. Is there anything here? There it is. There are 4 different methods to rotate rooms. I'm gonna... Rotate rooms. This room itself doesn't rotate in the sense it's talking. It's talking about when drafting other rooms. But having this room is one of them. It's this room. Maybe it's one per type of room. I don't know what the family core is, though. So you get... So, since I have this blue tent, see, each blue room you draft on the 8th rank will contain a hidden blue memo. And oops, I keep doing that. And I'm on the 8th rank. That's not a blue room, so. Craft the lost and found. Guess I could do this. Yes, I have been. And the first time I was in it, I had the shelter, so it didn't have any effect. That's the way I like it. Of course, you just like it anyway. You can get it. I only have one key? I mean, I have steps. I got the pool so that I could get the pump. That's right. Should have security doors. I thought I set it to high. There we go. I'm going to use my last key there. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Hmm. I could just go for it. Let's see. I have an idea. Maybe I have keys? No. Keys? No. Um. All right. Have fun in your meetings. Susie. Okay. All right, Spiper. Um. Oh shit. Yeah, we'll see. All this the West Gate, right? Is there a hidden secret somewhere over here? There. Well, let's see. Yeah, it is here somewhere. I don't know where. Oh, there it is. See? Okay. Okay. Again, too vague. Kind of not that interested in this puzzle, sorry. This one? Yeah, see, you can break it. The only way you find that is by accidentally. I didn't notice the dude was in the entrance hall in A New Clue, but I don't know. Let's see what this is about. This looks possible in day one if you need it for that achievement. I think, right? If you power up Or is it? Does it require the next day to open this room? Right, if you power up the laboratory, can you actually get in here that day you do it, or do you have to wait until the next day to come in here? I don't know. But either way, we're in. Let's see what happens. Anyway, what's in the main part here? Oh. Reclaim the crown. All right, there's one of my 2 remaining rooms. I don't know what the remaining room is. That's important though. Also, it's got the Orinda. What's over there? All right. Where did it go? It's not there? Hmm. T, how you doing? Hey, I don't have a workshop this day, do I? How about that? Okay, so let me put this in first. New admin key created, though the requested name doesn't quite fit with our typical length formatting. See, that's kind of a clue that's consistent. Yeah, so Bo Lee. Yeah, so Bo Lee probably has archive access. March to July of 87. In August. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it's actually okay, Lieb. Okay. Lee, we are planning something later this year and we need to make sure this is the archive stuff. There are additional steps we can take, already taken care of. We're now bypassing message archiving. What else? Okay, other than Mary, of course, you saw Lee. Ubuntu Houdini. No, Hound. I don't know. Whoever Yu Hoon is. Red guard to be snooping around here. Okay, I can write that down. Air travel to Nuance. Okay. Going backward now. Okay. So I guess those work too. It says they're deleted, but okay. I don't know what I need from this. Well, if they're aviation, maybe they have all that? That might be interesting. I could try that too. Hmm. Got plenty of steps. Okay, I'll do the thing that's less important, then I'll go underground here. Yeah, imagine walking like this the whole time when you could be walking like this. Yeah. Kind of interesting because then they do. Darker would continue the power. But then that happens. So then I do that. No. There we go. I actually could afford to lose half my steps right now. It's just at the end of the day anyway. Could get in there if I wanted to. Keys too. Ugh. Even that points the wrong way. Oh. Shit, that was really bad. I wanted the pool so I could get a pump room. It's less important now. Shit, dude, I've got to find a key. I gotta do this now. Please have a key. There aren't going to be dig spots in here now. One key. Of course you're going to do that bullshit. Susie! Stay away from my drink. Jumped up on the desk. Ow. Key. Not a coin. I don't need coins. I need one key. Can I unlock it with a shoe? Well, I'll just have to look up what it says because I didn't open it. You know? Yeah. Ah. last time... Oh. Yeah. You need this chart. Yeah, unfortunately, I've already messed it up. So yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's too many treasure chests. Okay. Anyway, I could get insanely lucky. See if I end up... miraculously drafting a laundry room. Oh wait, go the wrong way? No. From exactly here. Without seeing it. No. This does get power, whatever it is. It's a furnace. Okay. So that didn't work at all. I guess in a bitter irony, it gave me a key, which I don't need now. All right, well, I can try this one last thing. I guess I did spread fruit everywhere. Whatever. I think I got enough. Hard to run through this without turning. You see, you end up going back the other way. All right. Let me look at my notes here. It's not here. Who do I have open here? There's the diamond. Okay. I don't know if this is the one. Let's try it. Let's just do it because you gotta try something. Okay, it changes the type of road. Okay. This one. I don't know if this is right, but let's see. Okay, let's say that one's right. No, I keep clicking the wrong spot. There. No, that's the wrong. There was another one. What's going on? Oh. Only 7 systems. Okay. I'm confused. How do I have 4 different levels of control here? Because I only see 3. That one. Oh, okay. The weather is the one I don't know. Just try a straight line or something. Right there. Oh, that's it. Okay. Agricultural. guessing the nuance is the green one. I gotta try all the different weather because I don't know what the weather's like over there. Just for the record, that is the green one, right? Okay, I've gone all the way around. I guess that's wrong. Oh well. I guess that's not right. I don't think I'm gonna get any more realm sigils on my own because it would require like all the stuff again. Disappointments at the end here. Oh, hold on a second. One little thing I can do for fun. I have two, but I think they're the easy ones. Maybe they get easier at the end, right? Like you can use process of elimination, but I don't know if the process of elimination, how effective that is if things can repeat. I mean, obviously something repeats, right? If you got 7 options and 8 sigils. But that even then, you know, how do you know that it's, you know, you use all 7 and only 1 repeats? Maybe there are some things that don't use anything or that aren't used at all, right? Oh, was that before I knew how to recognize those things? Okay. Let's see. Since I drafted the weight room, I might not have the steps for it, but let's see. Maybe I do. Gymnasium, no. Oh, running shoes, no. Okay, whatever. This is a blue room. So maybe there's a blue memo in here. Do you see a blue memo anywhere in this room? Hmm. Well, I looked for it. Where is it? I'm not going to get this opportunity again, most likely. Under the carpet, under a chair. Right there. It's tough. It's tough to even pick it up once you see it. There. Okay. Whatever that's about. Okay, so what are you talking about? Let's try it. Let's try it now, Matthew. What are you talking about? Not that any of this shit matters. Oh, I could have tried to get a pump room. Oh well. I thought it was just like a moon symbol or something. Or no, that was the original one or something. Oh, that just gives you the whole thing. Well, damn. That sucks because that's the one I figured out a completely different way. I already have that one. No. That's funny. I think that's it. I think that's the one I already put in. Oh, well. Good try. Probably works. Although that is interesting. You just got a full realm sigil right there. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Oh, maybe with the running shoes I can. Oh, wait. You can go this way. I could just check an item for the next day. Check the diary key even though I already opened it. Open the diary. It says 2 rare items. Whenever you enter this room, that's crazy. could try one more time to actually be productive. Nope. Not enough keys. Oh well. Well, I will call it a day in the break room because that's actually productive. Look at all those steps I got from my special delicious apple. Doesn't even matter. Can't get in there. Yeah. All right. That was a long, long day. Got a lot done. Because I'm looking things up now. Yeah, that's crazy. The treasure trove has a total of 46 notes. And just missed 8. So. And you're supposed to note not just the note itself, and not just the color of the note, but also the color of the box and the symbol on the box. And that's just a lot of information to only give players one opportunity to see. So I might just review that chart. Yeah, that seems fine. Because I'm not going to draft it 46 times and I'm going to miss the information anyway. So I might as well look at the chart. Although I'd like to not look at the final column, which actually tells me whether the note is true. It'd be fun to kind of figure that out and actually work out the puzzle within the treasure trove. But the one time drafted 46 different days. Hi, Lauren. I'm literally calling it right now. So yeah, I'll probably just read that one. I'm looking up all the puzzles I'm skipping. It's getting kind of ridiculous. There's a lot to do even while I'm skipping a lot of stuff. So I'm bringing the game down within a difficulty range that I control and find enjoyable. Kind of just stepping through it at this point. Because I'm curious. Yeah. Yeah, there's also the chess puzzle. I still need 2 more sanctum keys. Yeah, I've earned the mail for the mailroom, so I just need to get the mailroom one more time. See if it actually gives me what I want there. Realm sigils will probably need a little help with, or a lot of help with. Sanctum keys. You know, now that I've got the throne room, I don't know how to get it. It seems to have disappeared from my directory. If it's like a special trigger or something. I guess. Yeah, And then there's the chess puzzle. You know what? Vault keys. Let's look at this. Vault keys are found in order from 149 to 370. The last one has a sanctum key. Okay. So I wasn't sure. I suspected I actually was done with this with the vault key, but I'll just look it up on the wiki. Yes, I'm done with the vault keys. I can just check that off the list. I did finish that. I don't have to wonder if there are any more vault keys. Silly drafting studio thing, and then the dead ends challenge. That's the one I want to do, is the dead ends challenge. Then I can go back to drafting strategy and that fun thing. I actually want to do that, but I'm not quite in position to do that. So I can work on that. That'll be fun. Yeah, I think I'm in a good position. Not quite where I want to be, but I got most of the things I wanted to. Didn't what say that what would become available? What are you talking about? Okay, whatever. No, I wasn't paying attention. I can look back in my video, Matthew. This game has too much of that, where stuff is just, you got to process the information the first time you see it, which is just not how people are. I've always known this is true about myself, but I actually see it in other people too, where it's just, you have to see something several times to really understand the context. To understand the thing it said the first time, you actually have to see it several times. And this game is just completely unforgiving in that regard. And so then streams become unforgiving, because if you've seen it 3 times and it's the first time I've seen it, you're going to, look at me like I'm a dumbass. But I'm just processing it the way everyone else does it. Whatever. Anyway, how am I doing? Pretty good. I've been working hard to be productive in my life, and I'm trying to address big problems. And I had a big checklist, like I'm going to get this big thing done, and this big thing done, and this big thing done. There are 5 or 6 of them. And I did those things, and at least 3 of them, the problem was not actually solved. So, not happy with the results, but I'm happy with myself for trying. Which is all I can do. But okay. So that's how my week is gone. We'll probably have a hangout in about 36 hours. Sound fun? You gonna be there? Moss will try to finish Miss 4. No, he said he's still feeling sick. He said he wanted to do it that day. He's been saying it, but now he's saying he's sick. So I don't know what we're gonna do. Do you want to have a hangout anyway? I was gonna determine the hangout was this week because he was out next week. Now I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh well. Yeah, I was gonna do it because Moss was not available next week, but now he's saying he's sick. Yeah, sorry, we can't really plan it. We just gotta see how he feels. I don't know. Yeah, I'm done playing this game today. How are you doing? Call it a day. It's like a 4-hour Blueprint stream, and it was all one day. But I got a lot of stuff done. a second. Just read a couple of other random ass sounding whatevers. Things you can do in the game. Apparently, where's the clue that tells you in the there has to be, generally the game does give you a clue somewhere. It's just too obtuse to find generally. But usually it does. You figure you just set the microchips in the grotto and just leave them there because that's where they go. But no. That's not how it works. Okay. Apparently something tunnel. I don't know. Let's just look in the tunnel. Never draft the tunnel because it's an awkward room to draft, but okay. Put that on here. All right. Save and quit. Are you down to hang out, or will you be around? I know you don't join us in the voice chat anymore, do you? Unless you're playing a game. I don't remember you like just being on like everyone's just yapping on Mist 5 or something and you're roasting them too. I don't remember. You know? Playing Peak. Have you played more Peak, Lauren? Well, don't think through what happens if you say it. The point is, you just say, "Is that the moon?" Or just blurt something out. See what happens. I myself have not played Moor Peak. Well, just try it. Like it's kind of fun to sort of step outside yourself and be like, this doesn't make sense for me to do this. I'm going to do this anyway. And then you just kind of, jump in the water. No, I say that all the time. Things always work out better when you do. Maybe not always. Couldn't see you having that problem of like running your mouth in the other. Like someone, I mean, okay, like someone like Colonel Frosting might like blurt something out that he might regret later, but like you're not gonna have that problem. Mm. And you're never gonna do that on a stream, which I almost never don't these days. Helps me relax, help me focus. Apparently, even when I'm playing Talos DLCs. Anyway, if we're gonna hang out in a couple days, I might as well sleep now so I can be prepared for that. This is relatively dead air, so I'm gonna call it here. Have a good night, have a good morning, have a good day, whatever you're doing. And I'll see you guys soon. All right? Yep. Okay. Take care.